allergic reaction to some things. Why don't you take it, Tom?
Yeah. Well, I always had crappy skin, so I'll preface it with that. I definitely, over time, I mean, it could be part of getting old or something else that's in the atmosphere or something else that's just in the food because our food chain has changed so drastically from when we grew up to how, it is today. Um, for instance, like the gluten, right? I found a really big benefit to avoiding gluten at all costs, unfortunately. Um, that means for a guy who's half Irish, I can't be drinking beer unless it's gluten free, and that freaking sucks ass. But it really sucks because I love my IPAs, but I just can't do it. It'll absolutely have an immediate effect on me. I'll be extremely tired. I'll have bloating, gas, everything on that list. And these days, like even bread, like I can't eat it. Like when we grew up, we had Wonder Bread in the '80s. That was every kid had peanut butter and jelly on Wonder Bread. Um, these days, with a lot of the genetically modified grains, GMOs, which really suck. Even if you get GMO free, I still feel an effect. So I just avoid it altogether. So, because that's also an allergen. That's also something that would, um, it would basically, could spike, autoimmune issues and stuff like that. I've also had the problem over the last few years, which I can't exactly say what it was, but I had really, really, my skin just deteriorated and became really bad with eczema out of nowhere. Um, all of a sudden, I was allergic to my boxer shorts. uh, my boxer shorts basically were giving me this crazy reaction all around my waistline, where the waistband is. Now, this is a brand I had worn forever, and out of nowhere, I don't know what it was. It just started. I started breaking out like crazy, and having these scaly, itchy patches all over. And then what I noticed was through being my own advocate. I've talked about that before. Mike's talked about it. Being your own advocate for your own health, and basically doing your own research. Really do diligent research because your body and your health. That's your biggest investment in life. Without that, you have nothing. And basically, I think that by looking through it and finding through the gut microbiome that we were just talking about, that gut health is tied to everything. It's tied to brain health. It's tied to definitely to autoimmune health, to immunity. So I started taking probiotics, and all of a sudden I noticed, oh my God, my eczema's getting radically better. Also through elimination of sugars, anything sugary. I mean, honestly, I can't even cheat. Like I told me and Mike had this discussion earlier. My brother-in-law is a chocoholic, and he had chocolate, some German special bougie German chocolate with like cornflakes in it. And I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. It sounds like a Nestle Crunch bar, but with cornflakes. Like, I'll try it. Immediately after eating it, I was breaking out like crazy. All of my
It's crazy
eczema,
how
scaly
quick it
spots,
could happen.
immediately. Basically how long it takes you to process something through your GI tract, about 10, 15 minutes. It probably was that. I was eating it in the car with him. By the time I got to her house and we're chilling in the backyard, I'm like, oh my God, all over, itchy, 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 all over the place. All of a sudden, I'm getting these spots, these freaking, raised, raised patches. And with eczema, it seems to be that these spots don't necessarily go away completely. They will just become inflamed over time, and you get it, over time, it'll come back. So immediately from eating that, I saw an immediate reaction. And I'm like, this just sucks. So I automatically know it's either something in the chocolate, but I've had dark chocolate before. I've had pure, cacao, 90% cacao or whatever. And I've been okay. I never had that reaction ever.
But again, that's different than probably what that chocolate was.
Yeah, where this probably just was like a milk chocolate, crappier milk chocolate with a lot of sugar. And as soon as they hit my stomach, boom, done. So with probiotics, like I know some people may not like it, but because of like fermented food. So they say kimchi, which I like. There's an awesome Korean supermarket over here, so I get my fish there. I also get kimchi there, and sauerkraut, which I also really like. Sauerkraut is loaded with probiotics. So I noticed that since taking that, my skin radically changed. So there's something to be said for the microbiome of the stomach. The gut bacteria is tied to so much.
It's pretty much everything, dude. It's pretty much
it
everything.
really is. It really is. When I stray from that formula, everything goes downhill. So, but it's just crazy because I don't know why, but I always had crappy skin, but not like this. Not like this as I got older.